St. Louis is a major city along the Mississippi River in the state of Missouri. It has 79 distinctive, unique neighborhoods that on their own tell a story of this city. This is the story of St. Louis.
Our second episode is about Downtown West. The borders of Downtown West are Jefferson Avenue to the west, Tucker Boulevard to the east, Cole Street to the north, and Soto Avenue to the south. St. Louis City Hall actually started as an architectural competition for the design of the building, and it was won with a French-styled plan that was inspired by the Hotel de la Ville or the City Hall of Paris. Its ornamental dormer windows and its former towers also recall architectural elements of the Chateau de Chambord in the Libary River in France. The design was selected after a national competition of 37 entries. Construction began on July 19th of 1890, and it was completed on November 5th of 1904. No bonds were issued to finance this construction, which is why it took 14 years to complete the building. The budget was limited at $2 million, but the final cost was only $1,780,159.16. The words City Hall were engraved in the stone above the doors on Market, Tucker, and Clark Street entrances. This was done only after the City Arts Commission refused to allow Mayor Dickman to put a neon City Hall sign in red, white, and blue above the doors. The Central Library building at 13th and Olive was built in 1912 on a location formerly occupied by the St. Louis Exposition and Music Hall. It had also been designed by Cass Gilbert. Also in notable news about the Central Library, Andrew Carnegie gave a $1 million gift to build the Central Library and other branches. The Central Library also has had a major renovation done that was completed and held for the grand reopening on December 9th, 2012. Since then, it has won many awards. The Scottrade Center in the Downtown West neighborhood. It was formerly known as Savage Center, and it dates back to, again, the Kiel Auditorium days. But we are going to talk about what is currently in it and everything right now. As it stands right now, the St. Louis Blues, that is their home ice. And the St. Louis Blues is a hockey team in St. Louis, Missouri. The current seating capacity of it is 19,150 people, and that was in 2007 all the way to the current date today. Now we are going to move on to St. Louis Union Station. As it currently sits, it is just a hotel. But it used to be a passenger inner-city train terminal for the city of St. Louis. Once it was the largest and busiest train station in the whole country. It converted in the early 1980s into the hotel, a shopping center, and an entertainment complex. And today it just has the Metrolink, which is St. Louis's mass transit light rail system, and the hotel just there. But it is currently also being remodeled. It is going to have a new Ferris wheel along with a few other higher end shopping retail outlets inside the mall itself. I hope many good things come to the St. Louis Union Station in the years ahead. The new renovations, from what I've been told, will open in 2018. There is a special part of Washington Avenue that has these staggered bricks in it, and it is actually a zipper pattern, and this is to represent that this used to be the garment district in
the downtown west neighborhood of St. Louis, Missouri. Now we're under the City Museum, and it is more of a playhouse museum consisting of largely repurposed architectural and industrial objects housed in the former International Shoe Building that was in the Washington Avenue area. The City Museum opened in 1997, and the museum attracts more than 700,000 visitors a year. The City Museum has been named one of the great public spaces by Project for the Public Spaces and has won other local and international awards as a must-see destination. It has been described as a wild, singular vision of an oddball artistic mind, and compared to similar individuals' museums of Jurassic technology in Los Angeles. The City Museum was founded by artist Bob Castley and then his wife Gail Castley. The museum's building was once an International Shoe Company factory and a warehouse, but was mostly vacant when the Castleys bought it in 1983 and construction began in 1995. The City Museum opened to the public on October 25th of 1997. Within 2 years, it was drawing 300,000 visitors a year. The museum has since expanded into new exhibits such as Monstro City in 2002, the Enchanted Caves and the Shoe Shaft in 2003, and the World Aquarium in 2004. Castley remained the museum's artistic director until his death in 2011. A circus ring on the third floor offers daily live acts. The City Museum also houses the Shoelace Factory, whose antique braiding machines make colorful shoelaces for sale. From the mezzanine are the always popular Puking Pig. Also on the first floor are a number of tunnels that run across the ceiling, hiding above a sea of fiberglass insulation cut to give the impression of icicles. To get into these, one can climb up a slinky, which is an old refrigerator coil donated by Anheuser-Busch, or through a treehouse which leads into a giant hollowed out tree that leads into a cabin on the other side of the floor. The floor itself is covered with the largest continuous mosaic piece in the U.S., which then morph their way up the columns, consuming every section of the floor in one way or another. The area is also a tunnel known as the Underground Railway. Second floor is known as the Vault Room and contains two 3,000-pound vault doors. The middle of the room highlights a hamster wheel, a piece of machinery donated by McDonnell Douglas, which is now Boeing, and it used to make fuselages for small airplanes. The third floor is home to a number of attractions. One of the areas is State Park, which is a collection of skateboard ramps without skateboards. Yes, I said that right. It is a collection of skateboard ramps without skateboards. There is also an everyday circus, a circus school with students from 60 to 80 plus. The Everyday Circus performs daily at the museum and does private parties. Just around the corner from the circus is Art City, where the guests can try their hand at a number of different techniques, as well as Toddler Town, a section dedicated to those only who are 6 and under. The Gateway Greening Urban Farm is a 2.5-acre property located in the downtown west neighborhood. The land is owned by the Missouri Department of Transportation. The farm produces an average of 16,000 pounds of fresh produce each year, thanks to the efforts of the staff and the volunteers and the program's participants. It started in 2005, and as an effort to provide much-needed service to adults working to overcome homelessness, mental illness, and addictions, and challenges associated with the
recent prison release, the Gateway Greening has partnered with the St. Patrick Center, developing the therapeutic job training program offered at the Gateway Greening Urban Farm today. This program combines intensive hands-on training in landscaping and horticulture with therapeutic horticulture, creating a unique program that augments clients' existing treatment plans while providing them with skills and experience to work in a green industry after graduating from the program. And finally, we have the White Knight. This is a little hole-in-the-wall greasy spoon. It has been used in the movie White Palace with James Spade and Susan Sarandon. It is a tiny place with just very few seats. The thing that they are known for is the Super Slinger. The Super Slinger was even featured on the Travel Channel on Food Paradise. That is all that I have for you for the downtown neighborhood. There is a lot more to see and do in the downtown neighborhood also. But as you see, this is a very unique neighborhood and very different from the other neighborhoods in the city of St. Louis.